Good evening, everyone. This meeting is being held in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act, and adequate notice of this meeting has been provided as required by law. Specifically, the annual notice was emailed to the West Essex Tribune and the Star Ledger on January 2nd, 2024. The agenda and resolutions for the meeting are available on www.livingstonnj.org. Certain portions of this meeting may be closed to the public for the purpose of personnel and/or other matters as outlined in the Sunshine Law. Decisions made and/or discussed in closed session will be made known to the public at a later time. Notice to members of the governing body and township staff: any use of electronic devices during this meeting shall be solely used for the purposes of township business, and any communications are subject to the Open Public Records Act. To the extent possible, this evening's Township of Livingston Council meeting will be live streamed via Facebook at www.facebook.com/Livingston Township NJ. Questions or comments will also be accepted by emailing livcomments@livingstonnj.org by 4 p.m. on the day of the meeting. Each speaker should follow the rules of order in Livingston Code Section 2-15. Roll call, please, Carol.
Thank you, Mayor. Councilmember Buctani.
Here.
Vieira.
Present.
Klein.
Here.
Deputy Mayor Meinhardt.
Here.
Mayor Anthony.
Here. If we could all stand for the pledge, moment of silence, then the Pledge of Allegiance. I heard the kids loud and clear. Nice job there. Essex County update? No? Okay. If anyone's here for ordinance 24-2024, approving an application for long-term tax exemption and authorizing the execution of a financial agreement with 45 Partners Urban Renewal LLC, that is being pulled from tonight's agenda. We're also bumping the second hearing, right, on the salary? Yeah, we are also carrying the right
Mayor,
word?
I think you need a motion to table.
To table the salary ordinance.
Yeah, you can take that motion now if you like.
Should I take it now, the motion?
Sure.
Okay, is there a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Okay,
Second.
all right.
You need a roll call, Mayor?
Yep, roll call.
Councilmember Buctani.
Yes, I have asked for some information, and we just got that, so I wanted to just make sure we think through. Thank you. Yes.
Vieira.
Yes.
Klein.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Meinhardt.
Yes.
Mayor Anthony.
Yes.
When's that carried to?
And it will
Madam
be
Clerk?
tabled to the next meeting, which is Monday, September 23rd.
9:23.
And this will
Okay.
be your notice for that hearing. There'll be no further notice of the hearing. If you're here tonight for that hearing, it'll be adjourned to that date.
Great, thank you, and that is ordinance 23-2024. Okay, I did not see Essex County in the House, all right. We are up to the proclamations and presentations. We have first the National Voter Registration Day, Power Up the Vote. This is in conjunction, the NCJW, National Council of Jewish Women, and the League of Women Voters of Livingston. So we have Lori here and Amy. You want to come up and speak about how important? Yeah, you know what? You want me to read it so everyone gets a background? I think that's a good idea. Does everyone have this? Everyone want to read a paragraph? We could just.
Did we get it? Is it one of the things we got here? Proclamation right here?
Okay. Michael, you want to start?
I'll do the first.
Do two, because I think there's 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7.
Whereas the right to vote serves as the foundation of our nation, and the right to vote freely, fairly, and to have our vote counted is sacred to being an American. And whereas each year in the United States, millions of eligible voters are unable to vote due to missing a registration deadline or because their registration was not updated after a name change or moving. or because of confusion around the registration process, and
Okay. Whereas right now, the right to vote is being suppressed and subverted in this country by attempts to restrict Americans' access to the ballot, which is rolling back decades of voting rights progress. And whereas National Voter Registration Day was created in 2012 as a nonpartisan rally for the nation to promote voter registration, and since that time, more than 5 million citizens have registered to vote on the annual holiday, including a record-breaking 1.5 million in 2020 alone.
Whereas on Tuesday, September 19th, 2023, thousands of partners ranging from local libraries and college campuses to national nonprofits, Fortune 500 companies, Silicon Valley tech giants, and more will join forces for a single day of celebrating democracy and voting public that makes it possible. And
I'll just read my portion, but before that, Amy and Lori, what an amazing work that is, and this is such an apt thing to do. Democracy survives and lives with this kind of grassroots efforts. So appreciate for all that you do. I'm going to continue reading. Whereas a coordinated nationwide civic effort in traditional media, online and face-to-face voter engagement in communities across the country will drive unparalleled awareness of voter registration opportunities to millions who may not otherwise register. And whereas September 17th, National Voter Registration Day is the best chance to get hundreds of thousands of individuals registered to vote as the United States shifts into full-on 2024 election mode. And
whereas the offices of the President and Vice President of the United States, all seats of the United States House of Representatives, and 34 seats of the United States Senate are on the ballot on November 5, 2024, as are certain New Jersey county and municipal seats, and therefore, it is resolved that I, Al Anthony, Mayor of Livingston, County of Essex, State of New Jersey, do proclaim September 17th, 2024 as National Voter Registration Day and affirm the Township's commitment to holding free and fair elections and urge all citizens to register to vote. So, it's a very important vote, and we're going to hear more right now.
Is it on? Can you hear me? Oh, it's on, okay. All right. Good evening, everyone. First, we just want to thank the Town Council and the Mayor for this proclamation. Okay. It's become a tradition in Livingston that we honor National Voter Registration Day, and really can't think of a more important day. I will speak briefly, and then I'm going to pass it off to Amy, who is a co-president of the League of Women Voters in Livingston. My name is Lori Kahn, and I am the co-chair of Get Out the Vote at National Council of Jewish Women in Essex County. On September 17th, it's a Tuesday, next Tuesday, at Temple B'nai Abraham in Livingston, we'll be having a Power Up the Vote event. It starts at 11 o'clock in the morning, and it runs until 2 o'clock. It's like a drop-in. You can come for 15 minutes. You can come during your lunch hour. You can come for all hours. And it's going to be we're going to be doing many things. First of all, we're going to be writing 3,600, hopefully, postcards from 4 different grassroots organizations, from Reclaim Our Vote, from RAC New Jersey will be collaborating with 1PA for All, writing postcards to Pennsylvania. We'll be writing postcards from the Civic Center, which is a youth-oriented group aimed at getting the vote out in Pennsylvania. And we are also writing with Planned Parenthood Action Fund of New Jersey to send postcards to people in low turnout areas, low vote-out turnout areas. We'll also have the League of Women Voters there with voter information. Amy, you can talk more about that. We'll also have somebody from the county signing people up to be poll workers. We will have a QR code that you can link, that you can click on to find out if you have a college student and they go to school outside of New Jersey, what are the voting laws in that particular state. Every state in the entire country has different voting laws. So if your child goes to school in Michigan or Ohio or Nevada, those rules are different than they are in New Jersey. So you can click on the link to see what your particular state's rules are. We will have actions that you can click on for same-day voter registration to advance the John R. Lewis Voting Advancement Act in New Jersey, and a host of activities. We'll also have speakers. We'll have a speaker from the YWCA, Helen Arshantu. We will have somebody from the League of Women Voters of New Jersey,
Yeah.
and we'll have an attorney from the New Jersey Institute of Social Justice come and speak. So it's a jam-packed day, but really the main event is writing postcards, and this is coinciding with National Voter Registration Day. And we couldn't think of a more appropriate way to honor this day. So we hope that everybody could come. I have flyers if anybody wants to take one. It has a QR code. You can link to that and you can register. And we're around if you have any questions about voting. But again, it's our most important civic responsibility to get out and vote. So please make sure that you're registered. If you're not sure, you can go to nj.gov and you can see if you're registered. And if not, please register right away for an early vote by mail ballot. Or come on actual general election day, November 5th. Okay.
Okay. The League of Women Voters has been serving the community for more than 60 years. We have grown in membership 190% since 2020, from 19 members to 57 members today. We are your community partner in voter education and registration and have been nonpartisan since 1920. I learned something new today that I want to share with you. On August 28th, every school leader in the state got a letter stating that it is educational law that the school must provide every 17 and 18-year-old with the opportunity to register prior to October 15th. A group called Energizing Young Voters is working with the League to partner in working with schools to accomplish this goal. School leaders must provide information to our Department of State on the number of students registered. One thing we are particularly proud of is that we have a league in our high school that was started 4 years ago. Our co-president, Raya Saperstein, is from Livingston High School. She is the co-president of the Student League at the high school. Thank you, Raya. Other leagues in the state are quite envious that we have a high school league. The students are planning to have a voter registration event to accomplish exactly that, and we look forward to assisting our young people and the entire community this election season.
Yeah, you want to get a picture? Yes. She asked if we could get a picture. Okay.
Yes, so league people.
Is this working? Thank you so much
Yes,
for
yes.
all you do. I mean, you're rock stars, and in the high school level. So it's so important to power up the vote. Keep going, doing what you're doing. We were all elected officials. We know how important it is to vote. We need to get that word out there, to register to vote. And as a student of government at the graduate and postgraduate, I know, I guess uniquely, how much people have fought for the ability and the right to vote.
Yes.
For in our country's history and
Yes.
before. So thank you for all you're doing.
Okay, thank you so much.
Mayor, can I just make one more comment, because you're talking about the kids as well? The other program that which we started this past primary day, and I know the clerk's office is looking forward to working again this year, is having the high school kids manning the polls as well, which is a really wonderful program for high school kids to be able to see and to be able to help and to participate. And we appreciate all of the high school kids who did it on primary day and who will be doing it again this year. I know we've been in touch with the Board of Education, and there's a program that's being coordinated through our clerk's office for that as well. So
it's
while
great.
it's not voting, it's also helping the process to vote. I just wanted to recognize that as well.
Yes.
So thank you very much for both of you as well.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Yeah, we're going to have a photo. Oh, where do I put this?
Okay, the next is the Livingston High School robotics team. All right, so we have a citation here, and will someone come up and talk about? Yes, good. All right, so I'll read this first, and then we'll come up and we'll get a picture. Okay, so this is a citation from the mayor and the township council members that we are pleased to pleased to congratulate the first Lego League robotics team, Piano Fortes, okay, 2023-2024 regional champions, 2023-2024 New Jersey State Runners-Up champions, 2023-2024 First Lego League Western Edge Open International Competition, quote, on-the-spot challenge, end of quote, runner-up award. We thank them for the pride they bring to our community by exemplifying the team core values of gracious professionalism and teamwork, and their achievements as, yeah, all right, as demonstrated when they consistently excelled in all aspects of the robotics competitions: robot game, innovation challenge, robot design, and core values, and outperformed most of their competitors. Another proud achievement of the team is the patent allowance they received from the USPTO application, I could read it, number 18/632,324 for their invention, quote, Piano Genie, end of quote, which is an AI-enabled LED-based piano learning device to help enthusiasts to learn and master their piano skills. We can... And we congratulate, does everyone have this? We'll just read a name each, or everyone have? Oh, they're passing. Okay, so I hope I don't butcher these. Azmi Barvi, Kamaya Satone, Subhada Boyor, Manasivi Manavi Rajanda, and Nishka Bonsal. Congratulations, everyone. And we'll thank you.
So, Mayor, if I can just ask a question,
Mayor.
what grade are you ladies in? We're in 9th grade. You're in 9th grade, okay. Are you guys doing high school robotics? Are you on a team?
So we have formed this team by ourselves.
Are you going to try to keep your team going forward in high school, or are you going to join existing teams, or not sure yet?
We're not sure yet, but maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you might have a speech prepared, maybe. Can I maybe take another crack at all the names?
Yeah.
Okay.
Please.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Mayor. Yeah, this kids have worked really hard. Not every day we get, a patent winner in-house, that has competed and really won so many great things. So here they are. So again, just reiterating what Mayor said, we congratulate Asmi Barve. Can you raise your hand, please? There you go, Asmi. Kimaya Satone. All right. Subdada Boyer. There you go. Manasvi Rajendra. There you go. And Nishka Bansal. All right.
Much better. Thank you, Kate. Great. You want to speak about? Yeah. You want? Didn't I coach you? Yeah. Yeah. Adam, is this okay? There we go. Shubha, do you want to speak? Are you speaking?
Yeah, we've been speaking a little bit about it.
Okay. So I coached her in softball, but obviously, I just excelled in robotics, which I didn't teach you, and thank God I didn't teach you. So do you want to speak?
Yeah, we'll be going around the
Okay.
circle, actually, yeah. So, hello, my name is Asmi. My name is Manasvi. My name is Shubhada. My name is Nishka.
And my name is Kimaya.
And we are the Piano Fortes. So last year we competed in the first LEGO League robotics tournament, and the theme was art and music. In the beginning, it was more about familiarizing ourselves with the world of robotics and bridging our passion with piano in order to create an amazing project. The day of our regional competition arrived, and we were amazed to see all the other teams, their robots, and their passion projects they had created. At the end of the day, we were awarded the Champions Award, and our journey wasn't over yet.
After seeing what had happened at our regionals competition, we were even more motivated to do better at our states competition. There was around a 3-week time period, and I remember we would meet every single day for multiple hours, no matter how much homework or other activities that we had, because we wanted to put in as much hard work and dedication as we could. On the actual day of the states competition itself, it was a little intimidating because there were a lot of other teams compared to the regionals one, but we knew no matter what happened, we would not leave disappointed because we had learned a lot from the entire experience and process itself. Fast forward to the awards ceremony, we had ended up winning a Runners-Up Champions Award, which was a very big deal, and we were all extremely excited, but we knew that there was still more.
So this was it, the big day, the moment that we've all been waiting for. It was finally time for the pianofortes to showcase their talent to the world. Yes, literally the world, because this was the FLL International Championship, where countries from all over the world, including Mexico, China, Brazil, Germany, and Japan, and of course the 50 states, came together. It sounds pretty daunting, I know, and that's basically how we felt the moment that we had stepped off that plane and onto the beachy grounds of California. However, we quickly overcame that suppressing feeling and figured out a plan for what we had to do. Our goal was to win something that truly showcased us as winners. When the on-the-spot challenge, which was where we, along with 2 other completely random teams, had to create a completely new robot on a completely new setup and mat, was introduced, we knew that we had to shine. So, being the pianofortes, we did. We were able to lead 3 teams to success and even became the runners-up in the on-the-spot challenge, and all of us felt absolutely thrilled when we walked up to that stage and claimed our trophy, which is right here.
During the on-the-spot mission specifically, we learned the importance of teamwork and leadership and how crucial they were for our success. This cooperation was not only necessary with other teams, but also within our own team, where we made bonds over the course of our 10-month journey. We became closer and worked well while also enjoying the time we spent together. This helped us break through barriers and make progress while getting to know one another better during our journey. As a result, we were able to make the most out of every experience we had in all 3 competitions. The championship was a very valuable experience for all of us.
So, as mentioned before, we have received a patent for our product. It's called Piano Genie, and it's basically an AI-based learning device for piano students to help master their skills. So on behalf of our entire team, we really want to express our sincere gratitude and thanks to Mr. Mayor Anthony and the Township Council of Livingston. And our special thanks to Council Member Mr. Ketan Buptani for encouraging us and giving us this visibility. Also, as well, we wanted to thank our parents and coaches, because without their guidance and support, we would not be here right now, as well as our siblings who have given us unwavering support throughout the entire time. So again, we would like to thank all of you once again. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much for the kind words. Yes. You want to say something?
Sorry, I will not take more than 2 minutes. My name is Kaustubh. I'm Kimaya's dad, and I'm one of the parent coaches along with the other parents. I just wanted to acknowledge a few names here to begin with Livingston Board of Education, Parul Khemka, who guided us. We also want to thank Livingston Heritage, the Heritage Middle School, for being flexible when the team wanted to travel to California for their international assignment. And the principal was really flexible in allowing them to miss those schools for a few days. Also, special thanks to the other teams. There were other robotics teams from Livingston who also competed in the same competition. And when they got to know that this team was advancing to the later stages, we received a lot of support. So thank you to all those parents, all the other teams from Livingston as well. Thank you to the Livingston Robotics Club. Thank you to the LACD for giving them an opportunity to showcase their product. And last but not the least, thank you to the council for recognizing them, and very special thanks to Mr. Ketan Bhuptani. Ketan, you've always been there at the forefront, supporting the community, be it rain or shine, be it any event, and Ketan is always there to show his support no matter what. So thank you again, we are really grateful.
Thank you so much. So very well said. I appreciate it. And thank you to the parents. I know what you must go through as a dad myself. But you're terrific. We're so glad to have you. Thank you for thanking us for having you in. It's our pleasure. We're thrilled to have you here and hear about your accomplishments. And like the plaque says, we have such pride in what you're doing. It's amazing. So yeah, maybe we could get a picture for the tribute. And yeah. Yeah, is it easier? Oh, you want to come down? Oh, Kate wants to come down. All right. Thank you, Caden, for saving me on that. All right, the next item is, let's see, AJ is going to come in next time, Carolyn, for the environmental app, Sustainify, which is very interesting. So on the 23rd. Okay, next up is the approval of minutes.
Motion to approve the minutes of the August 26th regular conference as well as the same date's closed session meetings.
And we'll note that Councilmember Klein abstains from this as he wasn't here that day.
I'll second it.
Okay. All in favor?
Yes.
Okay, any opposed? No. Okay.
I'd like to make a motion to open the meeting to public comment on agenda items only.
I'll second it.
Okay, all in favor? All in favor?
Yes.
Okay, any opposed? No. All right. Hi, Justin.
Hi, Mr. Mayor. Justin Alper, 56 Amherst Place. Just a few things. One, with the salary ordinance, it was mentioned that we received some materials just before the meeting. Will those materials be released to the public, or should we submit an Oprah request, please?
What's that? It's just the previous
I think
ordinance?
those materials haven't been distributed yet, so depending on what is distributed and not distributed, if it's subject to Oprah, it certainly will be made available to the public. If it's not subject to Oprah, we'll list the exemptions. I'm not exactly sure what's going to be, what materials are going to be submitted and how they're going to be transmitted.
Okay.
Thank you,
Point 2, Resolution 24-217 on the consent agenda, also involving 45 partners. Is that also removed from the agenda, please?
I don't have that on the revised.
It was
count.
added earlier today.
Which one, Mr. Alpert?
24-217, it was added earlier today.
What's the name of it?
Authorized agreement?
Designating 45 partners, Urban Renewal LLC as developer and authorizing execution of a redevelopment.
That was pulled.
That
Yeah,
was
that was
also
pulled.
pulled.
Yes, there was
Okay.
actually 3 agendas. That was in the
All right.
second.
And with respect to the one that was pulled, 24-2024, how is it that in back-to-back weeks, the ordinance was put up, but not the actual application? Instead, the developer agreement was put up, but the actual application was not included in the packet and had to be Oprah'd. How did we get in this position?
We did not get until 3 o'clock this afternoon, the clerk's department.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Justin. All right. All right, so the salary ordinance, that is off. The introduction, we still have Carolyn, 26-2024.
Yes, Mayor. Ordinance 26-2020.
Hold on, I want to close, hold on. You got to have a motion to
The
close.
motion to close,
Yeah, exactly. Good, you can make it.
Motion to close the public comment.
yeah, motion to close public comment.
Second.
Second. All in favor? Any
Yes.
opposed? No. Okay. Thank you, Michael. All right, so Carolyn, 26-2024.
Ordinance 26-2024, appropriation of $7,050,000 for the design and construction of a public works facility.
Move it on first reading.
I'll second it.
Okay.
Any comments?
No comments right now?
I'll just make a comment that, that it's not, I know we'll have a second reading coming up in a few weeks, but we are starting, and we are certainly in the throes of getting a new DPW site for the DPW workers and for this town, which has been a long time coming and a very well-deserved building for them. They are, as everybody will know that I've said before, the backbone of this operation. They are there in all sorts of weather. They're out there performing in stuff between snow plowing and tree removals and field lining, and no matter if it's 110 degrees or if it's 10 below, they're out there working for this town. And if you see them around, you should just say thank you for all the work that they do. So this is a well-deserved building that's going to be coming up in the next year, 18 months or so, and I look forward to approving it when it does come around.
I'll absolutely
Thank you,
second that,
Deputy Mayor. Yeah,
Mayor.
King.
I'll absolutely second that, what Deputy Mayor said. The DPW building, as we pass by, various facilities that DPW uses, it really needs work from our side. It really needs a new facility. We have tons of equipment, and they are the ones, as Deputy Mayor said, serves a lot of our basic needs. When we enjoy outdoor events, when you enjoy the festivities at the gazebo, at the different fields, they are right behind it. And I think this facility will really create a good environment where we not only safeguard our equipment, but also give the personnel who are behind this excellent operation a home, which they'll be proud of as well, as well we do. Thank you.
Mayor, may I just?
Yeah, of course,
I'm going to
sure.
echo Deputy Mayor Meinhardt. You know what? Anything that gets done in this community in regards to events has the fingerprints of our DPW, and a lot of the success of these events are truly because of many of the men and women of the Department of Public Works here in Livingston. And you know what? The community really deserves, as well as our DPW staff, a new DPW site. And, I can't wait to see it get built. I guess it's probably going to take a year and a half, but I'm glad that we are starting this process finally. Thank you.
Mayor, I just chime in for 1 second?
Of course,
also, if that's
yeah,
all right. Thank
sure.
you. I just wanted, this dovetails, creating a new DPW really goes hand in hand with the new report a problem functionality that we're having on our website now. We just learned a little bit about it in our previous meeting in the other room, that we've had over 300 reports that have come in for problems, and the system is able to send those problems to the specific departments so that people, residents in town can have better communication and follow up, and the workers here can keep better control of what problems are occurring and how best to fix them. And so this is all going to go hand in hand with the new system that we're developing to help really give the best customer service we can to the community.
Great, thank you. And yeah, anyone who knows me and been on the council for a little while now, the DPW this is a long-awaited, thank you, Deputy Mayor, for saying that we have the hardest working DPW employees in the state. They make us look up here, they make us look terrific. They are involved, I think, maybe Kate and someone said, maybe Michael, that they do have their fingerprint on everything. We were at the doggy dip yesterday, they were there. We do a flag raising, they're there. Not only just, shoveling streets and trees and everything else in town. They really are a big part of what we're not the Board of Ed, they're a big part of what we can get done up here. And the workers deserve, everyone knows where the old kind of worn-out building is on South Livingston Ave here. We're going to get them a state-of-the-art facility over on Industrial Parkway and the proper home that they deserve. So they're a great group of employees, and I'm really happy about this. So thank you. Roll call.
Councilmember Vaptani.
Yes.
Viera.
Yes.
Klein.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Meinhardt.
Yes.
Mayor Anthony.
Yes.
And Mayor, the public hearing on this ordinance will be the next meeting, September 23rd.
23rd. Thank you, Carol. Okay, next is the consent agenda for resolutions. All matters listed with an asterisk are considered to be routine and non-controversial by the council and will be approved by one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless a member of the governing body so requests, in which case the item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered in its normal sequence on the agenda as part of the general orders. Does anyone want any removed, or we could read these all at once? Good. Thanks, Michael. Sean, good? Okay. Good. Kate and Ed? Okay. Okay, Carol. Thanks.
A Resolution 24-205, Safe and Secure Grant. Resolution 24-206, authorizing the mayor and clerk to execute a federal aid agreement with the NJDOT. Resolution 24-207, authorizing the execution of the developers agreement 39 West Northfield Road. Resolution 24-208, authorizing the award of a contract to Jesco, Inc. Resolution 24-209, authorizing the award of a contract to Winter Ford. Resolution 24-210, authorizing a 6-month extension of existing contract with Shager Property Services, Inc. Resolution 24-211, authorizing the sale of surplus property. Resolution 24-212, authorizing disposition of surplus. Resolution 24-213, authorizing the award of a contract to GPI. Resolution 24-214, revising Resolution 24-152, authorizing preliminary investigation, Livingston Mall. Resolution 24-215, Chapter 159, NJDOT, Highway Planning and Construction, 20.205. Resolution 24-216, Chapter 159, Fiscal Year 2025, Safe and Secure Communities. Resolution 24-217, authorizing the agreement with the State of NJDEP of Green Acres Program, and Resolution 24-218, amended liquor license renewal.
Motion to move.
Motion move?
Second?
Okay.
Councilmember Vaptani.
Yes.
Viera.
Yes.
Klein.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Meinhardt.
Yes.
Mayor Anthony.
Yes.
I'd like to make a motion to open the meeting to the public portion on any subject.
I'll second it.
Okay. Well, any opposed? No? Okay, all fair. Yep. Hi, Jean.
Wait till the other meeting. I try to be patient, but it's hard. When I first came to the clerk's office, didn't get a response for a few weeks. So then I met with the deputy mayor, haven't heard anything. And then I made another appointment and met with the mayor. All I want to know is when you're going to address an issue and can I be involved? Something is very wrong with the town when you drag your feet not getting back to me. And what happened tonight was another example of this. I'm a super senior, and I didn't really expect to be here this late. I really think that the few minutes it would have taken to do this in conference should have been done. So I'm, as a long-term resident of Livingston, I've been living here 64 years. I really resent being kind of shoved off this way. And I'd like to know what your plans are for my issue and how you plan to include me. Do you know the issue? No. Okay, you see, that's how wonderfully you communicate with one another. I have been participating in a protest in front of Town Hall on Mondays. There is a group that comes from out of town, and they're not what I would consider loyal Americans. They don't have an American flag, but regardless of who they are, other towns have a system that you have to ask for permission to have a protest. And my issue was that we should do the same thing. And since there are 5 policemen out there, and also their time, et cetera, cost money, and I'm paying taxes, if you're a resident of Livingston and you ask for permission to have a protest, you should be granted without fee. But if you're from outside the town and you come and you want to protest, then you have to pay a fee for it. I didn't think it was a huge request, and I thought it was one the town would welcome. But I haven't heard from anybody about any discussion or anything. It's not nice. So what do you have to say for yourselves?
Well, Jean, you had brought this to my attention 2 weeks ago when we had a meeting over here. Barry, I think we were going to look into the costs of the protests on our police department, whether it's not so much overtime, but it may be taking them, our police officers, away from other duties. And that was directly what Jean had mentioned. The other issue was about charging or for a rally for out-of-towners. And we're currently looking into that. Jean, we would have been going through this in conference. We were about to go back into conference when we're done.
Okay, just remember something, that 2 weeks ago I spoke with you. 2 weeks prior to that, I spoke with the deputy mayor. And prior to that, I came to the township clerk's office. So it isn't, I mean, this is, if I weren't persistent, it would be washed down the drain. It's not a good feeling for a citizen to feel they want to do something that's legitimate to help the town, and that it's washed aside unless, I don't know for what reason, but I feel I'm being ignored.
Okay, you're not being ignored, and it's not being washed aside. I think Barry and we already discussed it, and I think we're looking into everything you brought up. So none is
can you
being,
give me a
none is
time-
being dismissed, none is being washed away. It
Can
just
you
may
give me
take
a
a little bit of time.
timeline and
I don't
include
know.
me?
Barry, is this
Yeah, no,
timeline on this?
and Jean, just recall, when you originally went to the clerk's office, clerk forwarded those concerns to me. I did email you on July 29th, tried to address all your different questions, gave you my opinion that some of the things you requested, although regardless of whether I agree with them or don't agree with them, they're constitutional concerns. I know you raised issues of whether anyone demonstrating, we could require them to carry the American flag. I did not believe that legally
Well,
we'd be
no,
able to
if
do
they
that.
carry a foreign flag, do they also have to carry an
Right,
American flag? That's
and
what I
again,
said.
as I, in my email, I did address, I think, every suggestion you had in there, and a number of them I did acknowledge that we're looking into. We're continuing, we're working closely with the township attorney. There are certainly constitutional constraints. People have a First Amendment right, and there is a lot of case law to look through to determine and establish a policy when you can or can't charge somebody to exercise their First Amendment right. So we are certainly not taking it lightly.
When you say their First Amendment right, that's not a First Amendment right to have a space in Livingston and protest.
It is.
It is.
constitutional right.
The public sidewalk is deemed to be a public forum, and the attorney, I'm sure, can confirm. But
No, it is a constitutional right to, and it certainly you don't have to have an American flag. I mean, the Supreme Court has said you can burn an American flag in protest.
No,
So
but-
certainly don't have to carry an American flag to protest.
That's another issue which I plan to go to the VFW and ask them to, because I thought you start first on the local level, then you go to the state, and then you go
But
federal.
these issues have already been
And
decided by the United States Supreme Court.
They were decided by a 5-4 vote in the late 80s, and I believe that these are different times, and there's a different interpretation now.
No,
And if
but
it comes up again, I'm convinced that you would not be able to
No,
desecrate the flag.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that opinion, but this council has to follow the current law of the United States.
I recognize that, but I also recognize that people have to exert themselves to try.
Mayor, I think the time's
To try
up.
to issue it now.
thanks, Gene.
Will I be,
We're still working on it, and I will keep you posted. I've got your email address. Thanks, Gene.
Great, thank you, Jim.
Thank you.
Hi.
Good evening, Mayor Altoni, council members, township managers, everyone. My name is Laura Tamayo. I'm part of the LCDI committee organizing Sazon, Hispanic Heritage Celebration here in town. I'm here to invite the entire community to join us this Sunday, September 15, to celebrate the start of the Hispanic Heritage Month with a festival called Sazon. The event will be by the gazebo area. It starts at 11 a.m. until 3 p.m. There will be live performances from many different Latin community countries, food, dancing, musicians, and educational activities for everyone. We hope to see you all to celebrate together our rich heritage. Thank you so much.
Thank you, yes. I think everyone here is planning, we
Mayor,
all
ca-
have that. Do you have extras to leave for
Yeah, I have
everyone here?
We have few.
Yeah.
So, Mayor, may I just say something?
Yeah, of course, we plan
So
on all
did you
attending.
also get the flag from Lori? There is a flag that was made for Hispanic Month that we have, the town has. And I will tell you that flag, there's only 2 of them that are actually made. Each one of those were hand-sewn. East Orange has one, and Livingston has one. I know because I asked the person to make it for Livingston. So if you don't have the flag, talk to Lori, that's Barry's secretary, and they can get the flag for you.
Is it, just as a question, so is the flag raised, is it 11 o'clock is the time when the official speech, I just want to know what time.
Yeah.
so- It's 11 o'clock, right here in front of Town Hall? Okay,
Yes.
thank
Is
you
that
so
the
much.
flag you're going to raise? Or are you going to raise another one? That's the flag.
That one, yeah. It rained last year, right? Yeah, it rained last year, right?
Yes, it was inside.
And we did at the community center. Yeah. Well, it's,
Yeah.
should be
And-
good weather Sunday, right? I think. Oh, beautiful. All right.
So then we
You've been
take the-
checking? Yeah.
Ladies, thank you for your efforts on this. We really appreciate it.
Lighting candles. Thank you for all your efforts on what you're doing for this, putting it together. I know it's a lot of hard work, but it should be a fun, joyous Sunday, right?
Yeah, we are look.
everyone that has supported us.
Oh, yeah.
We are
of
really
course.
looking
Thank you. We'll
forward
see
to
you.
it.
We'll see you.
Yeah,
So
we'll
guys,
see
we are really looking forward to it, and thank you for all the effort. But after flag raising, there is a march, right, towards gazebo from Town Hall?
March, yes.
Yeah.
I have the schedule. Yes, we have a march. The children will march with the flags of all the countries, and they're going to start here and end in the gazebo area, where everything is going to start. So then after that, we have the Zumba. Who remember the Zumba meet last year? Zumba, and then we're going to have Ecuadorian dances, Peruvian dances, different Puerto Rican dancers. We have musician, we have piñata for the kids, and then all the tables will represent their different countries, and they have educational activities for the children. We're gonna have food trucks and restaurants also. Thank you for allowing us to use the stage and the tent for all the families to eat, and yeah, thank you so much
Yeah.
for all the
Thank you.
Thank you.
support.
Yeah, those tables where you'll learn about the different
Yeah.
countries are fascinating, yeah.
That is correct.
Yeah, all
And I
right.
think, I think all those flags that you're going to be is coming from East Orange, Miriam Torres.
That is
Miriam does a
correct.
great
We-
job in East Orange with that project.
Yes, we raised enough money, and we have that little extra money to buy. We want to buy our own flags that stay here in Livingston. We don't have to go to East Orange and borrow.
Talk to Miriam. She could hook you up with everything like that.
Thank you,
So-
thank you, appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, both of you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. All right. Yeah. Hi, Allison. Want to talk about the Enviro art?
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi.
Name and address.
Oh, Alison Barmis, 15 Forest Street in Livingston.
Member of the LEC.
Yeah, I'm a member of the Livingston Environmental Commission. Hi, I feel weird having my back to you guys. I just, in the spirit of communication that you guys were talking about earlier, one of the aspirations of the Environmental Commission is also to convey educational messaging around environmental issues. And we have two Livingston High School students who are part of our committee. And they are part of the green team at the high school also. And they've really driven forward a desire to launch a mural competition based around an environmental theme. So we're really excited to have a launch of that competition on the 19th, that's a Thursday the 19th at the library, including speakers who will speak to three ambitions of the project, which would be the power of art as a message communicator about issues that we care about, so a transformative power of art, the environmental issues themselves, like how students would work to identify what those would be, and then also how they would actually go about doing that project. So the whole idea is that it's not just leading towards one mural, but the students actually build a portfolio, an understanding of those environmental issues in a deeper way, and also how they would approach actually making that kind of art at scale and how they understand how to communicate through that kind of project. So it's I guess a competition with one aim, but many different events along the way, which will expose the students to kind of an educational experience as we go through that. So I want just to let people know that the launch for that would be on the 19th, and
Do you know what time? Just
Yeah, 6:15.
6:15.
6:15 if you want
yeah, there'll be
snacks. It
refreshments.
starts at
Yeah,
6:30,
always
I
got to
think.
have a. I mean, I know for the British
6:15,
thing,
you
gotta
could
have
eat
a
some
snack.
snacks, and then 6:30.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm coming for the snack.
Yeah, and there'll be three speakers there. Dan Fenelon, he's a public artist who's done murals in South Orange, and he's going to be the mentor for the students. And then also Ralph Andre, who started an app that looks at tracking art across the world, and it's currently the largest database of any urban street art in the world. So there's different perspectives, and then Doug J will also speak from the high school. He's a sustainability teacher there and the leader of the high school green team about the environmental issues, and we'll have some sort of engaging projects whilst they're there as well. So on a personal note as well, I just have to say, as an engineer and a female, it's very nice to see 5 women representing what you're doing. And I think, Nishka, you mentioned like breaking boundaries, and I hope you keep that in your heart and keep doing that as you go forward with whatever you do in the future. So that was inspiring for me.
Mayor?
Thank you. Any
would
questions?
Would you be able to get all that information to our clerk so she could put it on our calendars?
Yeah, and actually the neatest way is there's a website.
Yeah. And
So
it was-
if you, do you want me to say what that
The website
is?
wasn't in the Tribune, but the date and time and library was in
Yeah,
there.
and I can send that, but LEC, Enviro, like the beginning of environmental, art, A-R-T, .com. And that has all of the events and all of the background and how, it's for students, but anyone can come to the launch and just enjoy understanding a little bit more about those issues, and then the students themselves can enter.
Yes.
Great. I have a quick question for you. what else are you doing to advertise this? Sounds outstanding. Very detailed program. I'm sure a lot of people can benefit out of this.
Agreed.
Of course, what we're going to do is as Councilmember Vieira said, and Clerk's office, we will be doing a lot of from our side. What else are you doing to publicize this?
Yeah,
This
so
sounds like a fantastic
Sophia
idea.
Calderon and Anya Rathi, they're the organizers, and I'm the co-organizer, if you like. They're a supporter. And they have produced a social media and promotion plan. So they're using a lot of social media within the school, the library, and then we've identified different partners within the township, and then partners through people we know with who are presenters, and sort of a wider environment that we can use to explain like social media, Instagram posts. So we'd like to produce some videos, and then we'd like to promote not only the information about the projects, but use it to spur debate about different environmental issues as we go through. So there's sort of kind of 3 posts of information, if you like. There's actually the logistics of the project, there's environmental topics that we'd like to discuss and talk about, and then also how messaging's been used through art to really communicate these issues, because there's a lot of organizations who are already doing this. What can we learn from them? How successful is it? So sort of just to drive conversation around those issues.
Awesome, thank you.
Yeah, but if you want to see that plan, I can also send you that.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think I know Anya. She's a high school student, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
They're both
we are-
rising seniors, and they're phenomenal.
Yeah, they're fantastic. in
And it was
reaching out.
Chloe, actually, who graduated out, who came up with the original proposal.
last
So
year,
she
Mirage,
should be acknowledged, and I think we're very lucky to have those high school students.
Who's now at Duke, I believe, right?
Yeah. So she put in a lot of hard work, and unfortunately, she isn't now here, but we're keeping her in the loop.
But
So I hope she'll
we're
see that. in the
carrying
end.
on for
Yeah.
her. And Allison,
Yeah.
thank you so much. And thank you to council. We expanded the LEC to include students last year, which, thank you so much, great idea. I'll give us a pat on the back. But yeah, you've worked a lot with those students, last year's, this year's. And I think when we did it, I was always saying, a lot of the new ideas are the kids and all that, and thank you for fostering their ideas and getting something like this off the ground.
Yeah, I think it's great. And just to say, it's one thing to say you support the ideas of students, but to actually hear them and then show that action's possible, that, you can have an idea and then see it reflected in your town, I think is really important,
Yes.
So
And you're a real
it's a
doer.
win.
Allison, you're a doer, too. You,
Oh, yeah. Well,
you took those
know,
ideas and
I'm
helped
from Yorkshire,
them.
that's how it goes. Thank you very much.
That's right.
All right.
You even encourage me, you don't have to be necessarily an artist, you could be on a team that's doing
Correct.
it.
Yeah, so I
My
think
daughter
that's
was interested in that because she's probably got my artistic
Yeah.
talent.
By that, he means fantastic.
Yeah, right.
I think everyone's an
Opposite
artist,
day.
it's not all still life, art can be many things, so I truly believe that, but also, you can be as part of a team, so if you feel, if you're a reluctant artist, shall we say, then you can work with somebody who maybe is more confident, but you can share your ideas and you can collaborate and come up with something greater than the sum of its parts, so there's no limit to that, really. The students can take that and do whatever they would like, So
Yeah.
collaboration obviously pays off. So
Yeah.
we encourage that as well. And whatever
Teamwork.
people feel comfortable with.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Thanks so much, Allison,
All
for
right.
coming in.
Thank you.
Yep, thanks. Anyone else for public comment?
I think there's a list.
Motion to close public
I
comment?
think there's a
No,
comment. We
no,
have to read something.
Oh, we do have one.
I'm
but
sorry.
Thanks, thanks.
I have to read into the record a comment that came in today from Stephen Gilberg, Baker Road. He says, recent open public records requests have revealed that a new tort claim notice has been filed by Sergeant Kevin Mullaney, which in my opinion raises significant questions about how our town is handling its human resources, legal affairs, and financial matters. Could you please tell the residents of the full nature of Sergeant Mullaney's latest complaint, if one in fact exists, and name all the potential defendants that have been put on notice?
Is that subject of litigation?
I mean, if the mayor and council want to respond. I read the Liv comment. It's interesting in that the tort notice was not produced in Oprah. So that's kind of a false premise. I'm not sure how Mr. Gilbert was made aware of it. I will say that the township continues to deny each and every allegation This is the most transparent money grab attempt I've seen, maligning our police department, who this council supports and is doing a great job. Our firm has investigated the allegations and believe them all to be false. And the only thing I will say is it's laughable that the new torts claim notice puts damages at $32 million, just showing you how ridiculous the claim is and what a transparent attempt this is to money grab and extort money from the township in the worst way possible by maligning good people, good officers, our chief of police, our council, our township manager, and to think that putting a $32 million demand is going to scare this council into settling or doing something like that is just ridiculous. So I have nothing further unless the council has any further questions.
Great, thank you so much, Sharon. Any other public comment on anything?
Motion to
No?
close public comment?
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No? All right. We are now up to reports of township officials and council members. Ann, you sick of going first? You want me to start down here? No, all right. There you go. Take it away, Ann.
Just wanted to let you know that the tax bills went out already to the residents, and it's lower than the estimated, so I think people will be happy. Just so you
Wow.
know. Okay?
That's always a pleasant surprise, right? We aim to please. Thank you, Ann. That's awesome news.
No updates at this time.
Thanks, Ann.
Nothing tonight. Thank you.
Nothing tonight, Mayor. Thank you.
Okay, great. Thanks, Russ. Jared?
Nothing further, Mayor. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Carolyn?
I just want to add to Deputy Mayor Meinhardt's comment from earlier. The clerk's office did indeed meet with the high school today and with National Voter Registration Day on the agenda. We are going to, again, join
For the general.
forces to have student poll workers work with us again, and we're very thrilled and excited that that opportunity is going to exist.
It was terrific last time for the primary. Any details with some younger adults in the audience, or anyone could do it, or?
Well, we are limited in number mostly because of the training, not how many we can train at a time.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to be at least 16, and if you're younger than 18, you need working papers. The training is unpaid, but everybody commented from the primary election what a great synergy it was between the adult poll workers and the younger poll workers. They both benefited in a different way, and they had a great time, and every response was 100% positive.
Yes. Yeah, no, I heard the same thing. And Michael, we heard from a lot of people walking the polls, Sean. It was A-plus review for the younger people helping out. So that was a great initiative, and I'm glad it's going to take place for the general because it's a presidential election and there may be a lot of people coming out. So that's good. All right. Let's see. Council Member Tawny.
Sure. Thank you, Mayor. I think I'm going to start with calling somebody out here who has a birthday today. Hey, Danielle. Happy birthday.
I think the most junior council member has to sing you happy birthday.
There you go. See, that's what they call. There is a label to it, right? In the colleges. No, but happy birthday, Danielle.
Happy birthday, Danielle.
So then a couple of things. Speaking of milestones, I think came to know about the third anniversary, 3 years completion of Hetzella. It's an outstanding service in town. I saw a note from Josh Comer, and what an amazing service that is. So congratulations to that group for their dedication, service, and really giving back to the community. One outside of town incident I want to bring up here and then underscore what it means to us. Recently in South Jersey, we lost a couple of NHL players. They were bikers and they were riding their bikes on the streets, and they were hit by what appears to be a motorist who is under the influence. And then contrast that with what we saw on the opening day at the schools. I visited a couple of schools, and the parents and the kids, everybody came out nice discipline. I think it says a lot about us as a community, but also it means that we need to do more. There are a couple of resolutions you saw in the agenda, how it's relevant. All of this work that we do here is relevant to our day-to-day lives in town. The grants that you saw here, as well as what we're going to do with Vision Zero and all of that. These are all underscoring the facts that we need to make our streets safer every day as much as possible and continue to work towards that. Couple of notes to close out on. Happy Ganesh Festival to everybody celebrating, and Paryushan as well. And Bike Livingston is on 9/20/22, that is September 22nd at the Y. And I think lots of kids look forward to that event. So do join, do register. It's going to be a fantastic event. And of course, the Saizan. So that's something we always look for, and great work there, and I look forward to attending that. One final item to underscore on, which I think Councilman Klein already touched on. The application is called Gov Alert. So if you download that application, Gov Alert, you really have at your fingertips the service requests that you can put into the township. So whether it's a dead tree removal, whether it's a clogged, drain outside your house, or what have you, there are so many services listed in those options. Just pick one and locate it where your phone is there. It gives you exact GPS locations, a lot of good service there. So do use that. This is more of a public service announcement that absolutely download, use it, and inform the departments. We have internal mechanism that picks up the service requests and gets assigned. So good thing to do there. Pretty much that's all, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, Caden. Michael?
I think, Kate, and I think this is the first time we really don't duplicate anything going. So, except with the exception of happy birthday, Janelle. I really wish you a happy birthday. I want to thank and congratulate the Livingston Kiwanis Club and the Livingston Knights of Columbus. This past Saturday, they did a food drive for Livingston Neighbors Helping Neighbors. If you did not if you were not able to get over there and you do have something to donate, there is a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week food box in the lobby of our police department. Livingston Neighbors Helping Neighbors is always in need of non-perishable foods, paper items, toiletries, and everything. So if you can donate to them, please donate to them. Their shelves are running a little bit bare, so if you could do something, do something. I know Councilman Klein, I missed you, but Mayor Anthony and I were at the doggy dip, and I want to congratulate our rec department. But you know what, Mayor, when your dog doesn't want to go in the water,
I tortured that dog.
You tortured that dog. Al brings him into the water. The dog runs out of the water, runs out of the gate to get away from Al, brings him back, puts him back into the water, and now everybody's blocking the gate so the dog can't get out. But it's a great event. And Al, Mayor, I think this is about the 5th year that they've had it. In
2019, you and I went, when it was at the other pool.
Yeah, you were mayor at the time, and I think it was the first time that they've had it. It was great. So congratulations to Jen Walker and that entire rec department. Last meeting, I should say, Councilman Klein, you weren't there, but I had mentioned the meeting that we were supposed to have with the state DOT, and we were putting together a proposal with Barry and engineering to talk about sidewalks on Route 10. And I had mentioned that they had sent us a letter saying that, they were going to put sidewalks from the Livingston Circle to Oakner Parkway on westbound. And, of course, you came right away and you said, well, no, I'm sorry. It was westbound. And then, of course, you came and you said, what about eastbound? And I think you actually even, you were faster on typing than you asked them, well, what about eastbound? Happy to report, we can report that eastbound will also be included in the sidewalks from the Route 10 Circle all the way up to Oakner Parkway. So that was a great thing. The last thing I want to do is, and Mayor, be patient with me for this. There was an article in the West Essex Tribune on August 29th, and I want to read it. And this has nothing to do with our judge. It has nothing to do with Livingston's prosecutors. It has nothing to do with our public defenders. This is all outside of their control. But let me just read the article. 23-year-old Ania Taylor of Newark was charged on January 7, 2023, with shoplifting $1,738.50 worth of clothing and jewelry from Macy's in the Livingston Mall. She was also charged with conspiracy to commit shoplifting and with eluding for failing to stop her car when police attempted to pull her over with lights and sirens activated. In addition, she was charged with 14 motor vehicle violations: failure to exhibit a driver's license, registration, and insurance card, failure to observe a traffic signal, careless driving, reckless driving, unsafe lane change, failure to signal a turn, failure to yield to a right-of-way to an emergency vehicle, disregarding a stop sign, delaying traffic, obstructing traffic, tailgating, improper display of license plates. The county prosecutor in reviewing the case downgraded the shoplifting charge to a disorderly persons grade and downgraded the conspiracy and eluding charges to 2 charges of disorderly conduct. In municipal court, on the criminal charge, the 2 disorderly conduct charges were dismissed as part of a plea agreement, and the shoplifting charge was amended to creating a disturbance. Taylor pleaded guilty to that charge and was fined $250 plus $33 in court costs. On the motor vehicle charges, the failure to exhibit a driver's license, registration, and insurance card charges were dismissed, although Taylor had to pay $33 in court costs for each dismissal. She pled guilty to the following: failure to observe a traffic signal and careless driving, being fined $107 plus $33 in court costs for each, and obstructing traffic and improper display of license plates, being fined $57 plus $33 in court costs for each. The other motor vehicle charges were all dismissed. This is happening day in and day out with shoplifters, especially at the mall. They're coming up, they're stealing, and they're getting off scot-free because the prosecutor down in Newark doesn't want to press charges. And when they don't press charges, it's going to keep on happening. And our judge and our prosecutor and our defenders, they have their hands tied because the prosecutor down in Newark doesn't want to do anything. And yes, these aren't murders, but you know what? It's robbery, and something needs to be done. And until something is done with the county prosecutor, this is going to continue. And these charges are just going to be like candy to these people. So I just wanted to read that. When I saw it in the 29th, August 29th edition, I just shook my head, and I had to make a copy of it because I knew that the next meeting I wanted to say something about it. Thank you.
Councilman Cohen.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you for going through that. I think you really, Councilman Vera makes a really important point. I think that we all can be really proud about how much crime has dropped in this municipality. At some of the categories of crime, when our chief was here a couple of meetings ago, and some of the categories of crime, the ones that we're most worried about, are down 75%. So Livingston is getting safer, and this council is giving the tools to our police department, who does an excellent job, so that they can keep doing an excellent job. I will get to something a little bit less heavy with the doggy dip. It really was a really great time, and I posted about it on Facebook on my personal page, and I had just so many people chimed in and reacted and said that that they wish they had come, and that they always forget to do it, but they really want to do it next year. I think there were probably about 40 dogs running around, and certainly my dog had a great time. So Chip, we'll see you. We'll bring Chip next year also. Michael touched on the sidewalks on Route 10. So this is something I'm really proud of this. We had initial discussions about redoing the circle with the state. So the state has had plans now to redo the Livingston Circle. In the first meeting, Barry, what was that, 4 years ago? It was during COVID, and it was about 4 years ago. I think I was mayor then. And or 3 years ago, and there was the plan in place, and the first thing looking at the plans I said was we have to have sidewalks around the circle because people really need to be able to walk. The circle really is a divider in this town. It doesn't help unite the town, so people can get to whichever stores they want to use and be able to use cross different neighborhoods. So we did get notice that, the plan was always to include sidewalks around the circle, at least from that date. And then we found out that we're going to be getting sidewalks on both sides of Route 10, which is really important because there is development coming on Route 10. We're all aware of that. And the development is going to allow a lot of the people who are living in that area to not have to get in their car every time they want to go somewhere. It's going to allow for walking. It's going to be less pollution. It's going to be greener living where people can just walk to the store down the street instead of having to create pollution and noise and traffic. And this is going to make life better in that area. So I'm really excited about that. I think, the issue of sidewalks is cyclical. Like about 3 years ago, there was, a barnstorm around here for about sidewalks, right? I mean, there were certain people will start saying, right? I mean, there were people who really get hot about sidewalks, and it comes every few years. Well, no one's been asking about it the last couple of years, but we're still working on it. So, we keep our eye on the ball, and we work to make this town as good a place as we can. Also, SYLS is having a cornhole league. This council is going to be a team. We want all comers to come. So if you have an organization in town or a group of friends and you want to take on the council, we will take you down. So registration's closed.
I'm sorry to interrupt. As the
I
captain,
didn't know that.
As the
Okay.
captain,
Do we win
as
by
the captain-
forfeit then, or?
As the captain of this team,
I did not know registration was.
As the
When
de
did it
facto
close?
captain, because nobody else
Who
volunteered.
elected Ed
There
as
was a
captain?
meeting actually tomorrow night at
Tomorrow night?
There's a meeting tomorrow night at 6:30, which we will get our schedules, I believe, and I will make sure that will pass them out to the rest of to this crew up here that, of course, will win. I think someone needs to be in charge of shirts. That's the only thing I'm going to say
That's
about
fair
this
enough.
team. All right?
I will say this. If you have signed up, you should be afraid to play us. That's all I'm going to say. All right. Besides that, this Wednesday, on a more somber note, is our 9/11 ceremony, which this town has done every year, which is a beautiful and meaningful event. I would encourage everybody to come and join us. It's at 6:30 at the Oval. It is a special event, and there's not a lot of places that do this anymore. But I think it just really gives you perspective and helps you reflect and appreciate the life that we all get to have. It's something worth coming to, especially if you haven't been here before. We've been doing it now for 23 years. And if you haven't come before, you should come, because it's always crowded and it's always heartfelt. So that's at 6:30 on the Oval. And then I also would just plug again, I love this environmental mural activity that it's going to happen. And I think it sounds like a great activity for lots of kids to get out there and be artistic and also have an important message. Alternative energy, which I know Justin appreciates, and all the things that you can do when you're talking about the environment, how important it is. It's just the air we breathe and the water that we drink. And so, and it's the world we live in. And then, Sasson, okay, I'm just going to plug that one more time because we appreciate you guys are here to talk about it. It was such a great event last year with so much liveliness, and going to the different tables was just, it really was fun to go walk around that room. And so we're excited to have it again. So thank you. It's going to be outside. It's going to be even better.
Yeah.
No rain this time, hopefully,
Yeah, that's
right?
gonna
So good.
make it extra special.
So I think that's all I have today, man. Thank you.
Thanks, Sean. And
Yeah, I'll try to be quick. Try not to repeat a lot, but Danielle, first, happy birthday as well. Ann, I know you said about the taxes, just to remind everybody that when they see their tax bills, as we talked about at Barry's budget presentation a few weeks ago, 62 cents, I believe, was it 61? 62 cents was the Board of Education number, 19 cents was the County of Essex's number, and 19 cents represents the number that we spend here of every dollar for all the services and activities and everything that we provide, including the police, including keeping the streets clean. So again, I know we talked about it a few weeks ago, but kudos to everything that you do, Ann and Barry, to keeping our tax, the municipal side, the second lowest, I believe it was, Barry, the second lowest in the county. So just a shout out again one more time for that. I also want to talk about Hatsala. I just want to commend also, I said that same email. I helped Josh a couple years ago, and I'm very proud of the work that they've done to bring it in here. 9/11, I was going to bring it up as well. It's 23 years ago that it was unbelievable. It's before some of your lifetime, which is really, that I was thinking about it, before your lifetime, girls. And I would encourage everybody from this town to come. It's really one of these beautiful services, and I'm really proud that, as Sean said, that we're one of the few towns that still has a town ceremony. I know the county has one, I think, at 8 o'clock in the morning by the High Lawn as well, but we're one of the few that have the town as well. And finally, two other things. In the past few weeks, unfortunately, 6 hostages in Israel were killed in Gaza, and I just want to express my condolences to all their families, and we wish all the hostages to come home safe and sound. And finally, girls, I say this every time we get a presentation like this, but especially to all of you and to your families. I'm always encouraged about how the world will turn out after listening to what you all had to say and what you've all done. So thank you all. I thank the parents. Coach, I thank you for the wonderful words that you said as well, and to all your thanks. You know, I think all of us owe you a big debt of gratitude to appreciate all the work that you're doing and to make sure that our world will continue as it is. So thank you once again.
Thank you. Great, thank you, Deputy Mayor.
Mayor,
And I'll
can I-
start with the robotics club. The fact that you're here and still
right?
attentive, and it shows your dedication. I know you're in the front row, maybe hard to leave, or no, right? But thank you, parents. Thank you for all you do. Ed, you said it really well. The future is so bright thanks to what you're doing. And I'm just always amazed. I'm just always amazed at the younger people in our town, how prideful we are, and how just going forward as you know, someone a little older and with 4 kids, and it's amazing, right? A little older, a lot older. Oh, happy Ganesh, everyone. Now that I've been insulted by my my fellow councilman. No happy Ganesh for you. No. Anyway, so thank you so much for coming out tonight and telling us what you've done, and thank you, Council, for acknowledging it in the proclamation. The doggy dip was fantastic. My dog, he doesn't like to swim, so he, and it's now been 5 years I've tried to get him to swim, and he's a Sheltie. He's just not a lab or anything that really likes the water, but Sean, you were probably better to your dog than I was to mine yesterday. Sean, thanks for mentioning the crime rate, and to our chief, Marshoots. Yeah, the stolen cars was actually down 85%, which is just amazing, the job our police force is doing. Barry and everyone involved, thanks for it kind of went a little under the radar, the Green Acres funding of $1.7 million that we're getting for open space. I know it's important to everyone on referendums. It always passes overwhelmingly. We have the 20 acres track, Lakari Strawman, and we're having actually a committee and a consultant on what to do there. If you know where the Lakari farm is on Northfield, and Strawman is up by the Trinity Church. We're starting to look into what the possible uses of that, and the money is terrific for everyone in your staff that achieved that $1.7 million, and actually it's now up to about $4.45 million total. It's amazing. Real quick, 9/11, we do have that, 6:30 on the 11th. It is a beautiful ceremony. Thank you for everyone who puts that together every year. And that was great. The tax bill, did we go to number 1, or we're still number 2 behind, was it North Caldwell? We're number 1. We got to get the big finger. We're the lowest in the county, or second lowest. Yeah. No, it's great work, Ann and Barry and Adam and Russ and everyone. Let's see, the sidewalks, again, Barry, thank you for that. And our council for, I think it was in 2020, we were awarded that money, so we have sidewalks from Northfield at South Livingston all the way to the Circle on both sides. I live, in fact, over there. If anyone's ever seen some of the condition of the sidewalks, that's going to be a big welcome change to the town. And to Foxcroft, yes, down hillside to Foxcroft, thank you. Yep. And again, thank you for the DPW. Finally, long-awaited project. I think we had 4 site visits, and between 12 and 20 applications were pulled to finally get that underway over on Industrial Parkway. So I think that's it. We all kind of covered all. Yes, Kate, what do you got?
One couple of quick things. I just want to acknowledge Councilman Klein, Councilman Vieira's work on the NGDOT grant. on that.
Throughout on Route
And,
10, yes, thank you.
Yeah, and I think that was something, as I joined the council, I kept on hearing, how diligent that work was. So that's good, great grant money coming into the town. Of course, kids, outstanding work, and kudos again. And what we heard as well, the proclamation about voter registration, can't stress enough, how important democracy is, and voting is an important part of it. So just want to plug that in.
Great, thank you. I think that's it, right? Everyone good? We're going to go back into and continue our conference session right now. So thank you, everyone, for coming out. Appreciate it. Thanks.
For the workings, I want to get that.
Should we reopen the meeting? Should we reopen the meeting?